Okay, hello everyone. A lot of you don't know me. My name is Paul Cristino. I'm Cairo's husband. Those of you who do know me know that I'm not someone who comes out of his cave much. Okay? You ask me what color my favorite shirt is, I say the color of the wall. That's how I am. I've been with my wife for 23 years. We've been married for 17. Okay? Every single battle that my wife has ever had, she has chosen to fight it herself. Every time I wanted to step in and be her rock, she said, "No, baby, I have it. I'll take care of it." Now, I know that everyone's familiar with what happened at Rite Aid a couple of days ago. It's in her initial post. I'm not going to get into too many of the details. I can't get into too many of the details. But briefly, she went into the Rite Aid and was racially profiled, accused of stealing by the management team, berated, embarrassed, defamed in front of everybody in the store. And on top of it, the manager approached her with such aggression that she reverted back to the times in her life when she had to fight off male rapists, okay? Rapists multiple times, okay? She grew up in this, exposed to this. And for some reason, this gentleman in particular thought that it was appropriate to take his aggression out on my wife. Okay? Now, they had no idea that this is 23 years in the making. They have no idea that back in the 90s, I'm gonna tell you a little story, okay? Because I know a lot of people are curious about our relationship. So let me give you a little story to outline the depth of this thing. I'm gonna take you back to 1998 when we met. Now, what happened might have been 98, 99, somewhere around those years. Now, my wife was living in Bed-Stuy, Quincy and Nostrand. And this is before Starbucks and Verizon got down there, okay? There was nothing nice down there. And my wife is there, little old Cairo by herself. I'm living over Queens Plaza, okay? Now, one day, in 98 or 99, the Ku Klux Klan decided to rally at 34th Street. Now, things were thick back then. It wasn't like it is now. There was still a lot of this. A few years before that, the Rodney King thing, the LA riots, the OJ thing. Yeah, people were not happy. Okay? Now, that day of that Klan rally, little old me decided, there's people in the neighborhood who know that we're together. And there are people in that neighborhood who didn't take kindly to it. But it's just to show you a little bit about how I am. Instead of calling her on her phone and say, "Cairo, why don't you come over?" and maybe a little sketchy, "Why don't you come over? I'll take care of you." No, because that would denote that she would have to walk from her apartment to the G train. God knows what can happen at that time. So what did I do? I went down there and I stayed with her, making sure that both of us are safe. I will tell you, that day got very, very thick. I'm also going to tell you something that blew my mind at the time, after the fact when I realized it. As I said, there were people down there who didn't like us together. But I found out later on that there were some people there who could feel how genuine and real it was. I'm going to tell you something. The hood took care of my wife all those days that I couldn't be there in my absence. They took care of her. And I will forever be grateful for that. There may still be some people there if they haven't got gentrified out of the neighborhood. And if we ever cross paths, I want you to know, I know what you did for me. So there are people out there with some heart and some soul. Now, what happened in Rite Aid, yeah. I'm not going to sit here and say you broke my wife. You didn't. You fractured her. You did not break her. It is an impossibility to break that woman. I want to tell you where she's from. My wife is from a small town like this called Fort Valley, Georgia. It is the thickest of the thick. She and her people came up in the clay. Nothing. Welfare. Worse. So when you do this to her, you are doing this to everybody who resembles her, even slightly. Now you think because of the difference in color and culture that this bond can't be strong and that her people won't be accepted amongst my people and I won't be accepted amongst her people. And you couldn't be more wrong about that, because I've been going down to the valley for 23 years. There are people in the valley who are my family, my folk. You see what I mean? I'm talking about Mama, Ma, Keith, Uncle Pig, Uncle Wee Wee, Uncle Junior, Mark, Diane, Mario, Chandrika, Vernicia, JJ, JJ, DJ, Quez, DJ, L'Oreal, Big Steve, Malachi, Kira, Aubrey, Nicole, Janeria, Angelo, Slab, Brian, Millard. These are my family. We fought with each other, fought against each other, laughed, cried, broke bread, held grudges, destroyed grudges, established new grudges. I'm not just going down there, Mr. White Man. No, we lived with it. Okay? I'm forgetting people. Ariel, Cobain, Ariel, Heloise, Rhonda. It's never ending. These people are my wife, and my wife, them. And I'm the same. The differences you see do not exist. Fort Valley, okay? That's where she's from. You know, we're talking Pearson Mill by the shrimp boat, Fred's Beauty, right? Captain D's cut through the McDonald's parking lot. Indian Oaks, the Bottom. That's a place called the Bottom. The point I'm making is that you cannot do to her what has not been done already. It's impossible. I look at my wife and I think that spirit that she has is inhumanly strong. I wish to God, I literally pray to God and say, please give me a fraction of that. So as I said, you didn't break my wife, you fractured her, but I know her. Now what's crazy is that obviously these people don't know what I do. I'm a trauma recovery coach. All I do all day long is help people who have been beaten, battered, bruised, kicked to the side, profiled, defamed. I work with some of the largest nonprofit organizations in the city, and in the country. Are you kidding me? Now listen, we got an apology from Rite Aid. I'll put it somewhere on the screen. And we also said that, in another post, I'll put it up here too, that they said we are working with this person. I want to make it clear. We are not working with Rite Aid. No one reached out to me. What capacity are we working with each other? Please, I want you to fill me in so I know the parameters so I can act accordingly. Oh, and as far as the apology is concerned, I'm speaking for my wife, okay? I'm speaking for my wife, okay? She does not accept your apology. You are not allowed to victimize my wife. We, the collective, will not allow you to victimize my wife or anybody who slightly resembles her. Now, this isn't just about black women. This isn't just about women, because I check neither of those boxes. But here I am. So if you have some love and some heart and some sense, you'll understand the magnitude of this thing. Thank you.